That's a rule her and I have, is if anything ever happens crazily, even if it's her kill I or I kill her, anything nuts, and it gets on one of those TV shows, you do not allow the text messages to be read on TV.
Here at Beans.
All right, well, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't even intro.
This is Dying on the Inside. My name is Josh. We got Rachel in the studio. And joining us, we got TC Benitez, comedian, rolling in.
Semi-podcaster, yes.
So, podcaster as well. I'll let you plug it later. You wait for your turn.
You're right.
This is about us.
Fair enough. Okay, that's how it goes, man. I'm just going to sip this. Oh, yeah.
So, TC, I'm glad that you were able to come hang out with us.
Of course, man. I'm having a great
thing,
time already, man.
Oh, man. This has been fantastic. A big thing for me was I enjoy getting to hang out with people from New York. Being somebody who has never left the West Coast, I've never been to New York. I want to. But when I got out of high school, I started hanging out with a bunch of guys from New York.
Okay, all right. So you got a dose. Okay,
and they taught me. I'm not going to say they taught me things, but at the same time, like, I learned to buzz balls like that. I learned that style of comedy. I got into all of the New York stuff. Uh-huh. So it's always fun to be on the West Coast and just get to hear that accent and be like, oh, shit. I might be able to crack some jokes with this guy. This is going to be good.
Got you, man. Fuck it, I'm with the shits, man.
But I do have to ask what the draw to Portland from New York was. And I'm asking that in a nice way as somebody who's been to Portland, wondering why all these goddamn people transplant here.
I'm sure, yeah.
Also being that guy, living with somebody who transplanted here.
I got the side eye when I said that.
From Alabama. What?
Why here?
You're trying to invade? Exactly that. You know why? Because all these fucking Northwesterners have been invading Williamsburg. I'm like, I'm going to come here. I'm going to fuck your shit up. No, I'm just...
Tit for tat.
Exactly that. The reason why my goddamn rent is so high. Jared with an eye, you fucker. Yeah, exactly that. Shit makes me sick. Nah, you know what really brought me out here? No lie. Like very little interest. Like, it was just like I got offered a very nice paying job. That was pretty much it. Right. That was more or less that. I wanted to be somewhere semi-metro, right? Mm-hmm. But something different than New York, something more affordable, right? Sure. Because I was trying to prove to myself that fucking, okay, you know what? Maybe you don't need to live in New York, and then you can fucking have a lower cost of living. Maybe you could hold it all together. And after living here for 2 years, I am immediately moving back. Not to shit on Portland completely, man. But maybe it's the timing. Maybe it's not a good time for Portland. Maybe it's just like a woman going through a divorce. Like, hey, I don't think we can take it too seriously. Maybe you should go fuck around a little bit with somebody else.
These are transition years.
Exactly.
For Portland.
I'd imagine, man, but... I don't know, man. Like fucking, it's definitely it's different, but I just like the idea of having somewhere semi-metro. I don't want to feel like I'm in the fucking boonies. That's the shit that was really concerning me. So I got offered a decent job for my day job. And I said I just took it over here, and I was just seeing like how feasible this is, because Texas ain't ever gonna fucking happen. I hate Texas. Exactly that.
I enjoy visiting Texas.
Visiting Texas,
and that's all I will do there.
Yeah.
Exactly
that's
that.
Gonna be. I don't know enough about taxes to really have a strong point on that, but at the same time, like, I'm good. I don't want to.
Oh, dude, it's brutal, bro.
I said I've always been somebody who born and raised here in Portland. Bounced around whatever, Oregon just a bit, Vancouver, that little tiny bits. I've always wondered why so many people come here. It's like, it's all right. It's
you know
fine.
What? That's the perfect fucking response. Come to Portland. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Like 3 eyes.
Everybody moves here. It's like, wow, okay. Like, y'all know all my friends moved out of here? Like,
because you know what it is? I think it's just because it's the cost effectiveness. It is semi-metro, and I think like for people who are, and I think I met a lot of Texas transplants in particular that are just like, you know what, I just want to go somewhere where people are open-minded, and there's nature, and there's coffee everywhere, and fucking whatever things that make you like a liberal Yahoo is just like, yes, I'm gonna go to Portland where I could be myself and get into a 5-way relationship, whatever, I don't know, and then I'm not shitting on that. That's a good thing. Fuck it, if you want to fuck 5 people at once and y'all could form a little poly family. I don't know how the fuck that works. But shit, man, like that's one thing I gotta give Portland. Like I don't think you'll find that working out in too many other places. Like
That's a rule her and I have, is if anything ever happens crazily, even if it's her kill I or I kill her, anything nuts, and it gets on one of those TV shows, you do not allow the text messages to be read on TV. Don't give them access to it. Because they're absolutely going to take the ones of saying...
It's going to be confiscated as evidence at that point?
That's fine, but it's not going to be aired on TV. Okay. No, because it's fine, because TV is going to... Yes, they'll take the good ones.
Talk to your lawyer.
Hey, just bought an axe, heading over to the house now. Yes, they're going to take those ones. But you know the other ones they're going to take? Hey, I think that guy who says how many licks it takes to get to a Tootsie Roll son of a Tootsie Pop is full of shit at 364. I'm on my way home from the Dollar Tree. I have $10 worth of Tootsie Roll Pops. We're going to find out.
They're gonna call you psychotic.
Right. They can't know that part about my life.
I know, it's just fucking random awfulness.
And he's full of shit, too. It's 684. But...
Try this.
I've made him watch a bunch of true crime documentaries. Is why we have a plan.
I'm not even remotely surprised, man. Jesus Christ. I don't know, like I find it fascinating that women love like that true crime shit, basically. Like, does it give you like any sense of like you know what I mean? Like of control, just understanding that people are like that? Because for me, like, I'm like up at 3:00 in the morning, fucking pacing around like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. This guy's still out there. I have to figure out who it is. Like, I want to be the fucking detective that fucking just chokes him. I got you, motherfucker. Like, that's the only thing that runs in my head when I hear this shit. Like, I can't sleep. Meanwhile, my girl's drooling on the fucking pillow. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man?
We do it for safety tips.
You know what? Yeah, I can understand that. No, that makes perfect sense, man.
I had an issue with
get
Hulu.
obsessed.
Hulu pushed that stuff. As soon as the pandemic hit, Hulu pushed all these true crimes and like ways that ladies killed their mans.
All right.
During a pandemic where we have nothing else to do but watch TV. So much so we watched Tiger King and Loved a Man. That's how much TV we watched. And it put us in close closure, and we couldn't leave each other. And they handed her a playbook
on how to get it done.
To where he would come in. I was watching one, and I was like, she shouldn't have left her Prager pants. She left them on the door. Oh my God. Why would you do that, girl?
You looking at him like, see? She got to fucking point to the fucking sanitizer wipes and shit. I made sure I got the ones with the bleach.
Those were hard to come by for a bit. It was scary.
That's what's really messed up is I do feel like that was on the grocery list. The bleach wipes. I may have purchased my own cleanup material without knowing it.
Yeah, baby, I'm going to need some ropes, some shovels, lime. You fucking planting flowers? Yeah, flowers.
It's embarrassing at Home Depot. Oh, what project are you doing? I don't know. My wife asked me to buy all this.
That's why it's just like you gotta allow room for growth for folks. Like, you have to, son. Because it's like think about how your mentality was when you were like 13, 12 years old and everything like that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, like, you know, like, you're, like, anything that you might consider, anything that somebody might consider, like, oh, yeah, you were acting really homophobic back then and everything like that. You know what? You'd have to agree, because it's just like, yeah, I would never say or think any of those things now, but a lot of that comes from exposure to folks. You know what I mean? Like leaving room for error there. There absolutely is that. And then you're talking about times, you know, like that to me is like where things get a little like crazy. Where you start talking about like because we didn't have Twitter when we were kids and everything like that. You said something when you were 16, 17 years old. Dude, fucking like, you know, you go to college, you have, you know, some, you know, like, you know, some eye-opening experiences. You're just like, what the fuck? I didn't know shit back then. Like, you know
what
what
a dummy I was.
Exactly that, man. You know, you used to say all kinds of shit, basically. And you're just like, all right, yeah, fuck that. You know what I mean? There's another way of looking at shit, but you got to leave that avenue for other people to find that too, because then you're not given the same affordances that were given to you, and then how do you expect people to kind of jump on board, you know, if that's the case? Fucking, you know, then now everybody doesn't feel like they're on the same team anymore, and if I'm not on your team, well, fucking, like, what are they gonna do? Fucking play by themselves? Chances are they'll find a different team, and I don't know. I'm not to excuse that type of behavior, but at the same time, it's just like, just stop cannibalizing, like, the people that are on your side, you know what I mean? Slap them around a little bit. Hey, okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
That's it.
Let them know, hey, stupid. Get a little, and you're like, oh, that was stupid. My bad. That ain't gonna happen again. I don't want to get smacked again. So absolutely ain't gonna happen again. And you keep going on. That's that's me. I'm the dumb who I need to smack in the head every once in a while.
I feel like I'm nice about it.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
I just try to make people understand why it would be hurtful to other people.
Sure, yeah, you go. You got to get strong empathy centers in here,
just
man.
trying to make everybody be kind.
Good. God bless you, man.
I'm not
Seriously.
the most kind, but I'm, like, essentially, I'm a kind person.
But that's the balance that you're looking for, I think, man. Fucking that you need people to kind of fucking tell you, like, you ain't shit. And you need people to tell you you are the shit. You know what I mean? You need, like, the truth is in there somewhere, basically. Because the more fucking egocentric you get, the more of a dick suck you are. Yep. And the lower your self-esteem is, like, you don't let people shine, and then fucking they wind up doing wild shit like shooting up their high school. I don't know. I mean,
Right.
Fucking, it's crazy. So just come on. We can figure out what the fucking the middle ground is here. It's not fucking impossible.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? It could happen.
I'm a big fan in finding out what leads comics into doing comedy.
Ooh,
That's the thing for me. What got you to do stand-up?
Portland, son.
Portland?
Because I swear to God, like, I'm a medical professional, man. Fucking, like, I was just getting so fed up with every dry-ass conversation I was having with everybody. I was going to go fucking full white boy in the school, man. I was going to fucking just load up on Mossberg. Going to the Safeway, and then just everybody's getting it. It's exactly that. I'm not really, obviously, but I was just like frustrated with my situation, man. Like I wasn't being stimulated by anything or anybody. I needed an outlet bad, you know. I was just hot all the time. So like comedy was just a way for me to kind of channel all of that shit and pretty much just put my brain to work, because I just felt like I was just falling asleep. You know, I'm here having conversation with, you know, patients that, you know, oh yeah, did you hear about the second coming of JFK Jr.? Like, all right, man, I don't want to fucking deal with you anymore, man. And then like having to do the mental gymnastics and just be like, okay, let's get you better. I hate you. And then like fucking, it's a lot to fucking, you know, like just to do, like, you know, it's just nice to go on stage and just be like, all right, look, I know how to interact with people in a way where they're going to find me likable and comfortable. How do I convey my thoughts? How do I put this all together in a way that's creative, but at the same way also ties all of that shit together, you know, in a way where, you know what, I'm going to entertain people, but maybe on some way I could stimulate some of these stupid motherfuckers. Like, it's exactly what it is. Like. And then I think the best way is to entertain folks, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, granted, there's a lot of dick and pussy jokes in there, but, you know, fucking, sometimes I'm going to talk about Afghanistan, whatever, you know? Fucking, I just slip it in there. Maybe you figured something else about your life. You thought about it differently. I don't know. That type of shit. So that's what essentially brought me into the whole entire thing, man.
That's nice. I think that's, you know, as we talked about, like with why people come to Portland, it's interesting how many people do use the term an outlet. They were looking for an outlet and they found something.
Okay.
Whereas in Portland, it's very easy to be able to find groups. If you want to paint, you can find painting groups. There's a lot of painters in the city. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You like birds? They got bird groups, You want to do comedy? There's this a quick little website you go to and you find Portland comedy.
That's true.
It makes the outlets very easy for people to find.
Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, that's not bad, man. Yeah,
so I like that. Yeah. I like that comedy is one of those outlets because I kind of, same sort of thing. I use it as like the therapy of a way to get things out and to be able to, tired of the monotonous, normal conversations you have with people.
Oh, hell
I'd
yeah,
rather go talk and really preach my mind and say what I want to say. And
absolutely.
the stage lets you do that.
There you go, man. It's just a matter of just, doing it in that creative way, though. You know what I mean? Because, like, you've seen it before. Somebody's just like, I'm on the stage and I have a mic. I think I'm important. You're going to listen. It's just like, I don't have to. Hope you know that. I'm going to boo a lot.
You have 30
exactly
seconds
what
to
I'm
turn
going to do. And then there you go, man. But then that's the beauty of it. But no, that's actually a good point because I was just like, there was a whole bunch of things I was trying out. Like, I can't paint for shit, but there you go, man. It's okay to be a regular guy. You just whatever. Just say it. There you go.
Just own it. Yeah.
There you go, man. I like the fish. Yeah, good for you, Bill. I don't want to hear about your fucking pole for 40 minutes. Okay, this is torture. I swear to God, like, you ever been in a conversation with somebody and then they have no idea that they are just fucking like putting a vice on your fucking brain, dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a coworker like that right now. He doesn't listen to this, so I'm going to say it anyway. He keeps showing me pictures of his goddamn kid. And look, I get it. I have a kid of my own and all of that. It's fine. Yeah. Look, she's adorable. I don't need to see your baby cam footage of her.
What the
right?
fuck?
He's like,
really
dude.
Do that?
He's like, hey, check it out. Look, she's napping. And he'll, cool, man. Cool.
She's adorable.
Yeah, it's great. So,
there you go. Baby cam footage? Jesus Christ, man.
So as much, I'm nice because look, he's a fantastic dad. And I won't hurt on that. Again, he's not going to listen to it, so he won't hear the compliment anyway. But sick and tired of seeing that shit.
What if one day he decides to be super supportive? I'm going to go back and watch everything. Oh no.
This Puerto Rican fella looks kind of funny. Let's see what happens.
Through your comedy, through what I've seen, you do a lot of crowd work. I enjoy the crowd work.
I try, yeah.
Do you have a niche that you strive for in comic? Like, do you want to be a crowd comedian?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Dude, I don't know. I like to do a little bit of everything, man. Like, fucking, that's what I ideally want to do. But you know that you got an audience on some level, right? Mm-hmm. Like, no matter who the fuck you are, like, is there a crowd that I want? Not in particular, you know what I mean? Like there's crowds that I'm like, if you don't like me, get the fuck out of there, like that type of shit. I think if there's a crowd I want coming to my shows, basically, it's just like it's got to be folks that are willing to we were talking about before, just to laugh at themselves, really. Yep. I think where you're gonna need to go there and then at least admit something about you, something about the way you feel, something about the way you believe is kind of stupid. It is, like, you know what I mean? Whether it's your religion or your political beliefs or fucking, what do you call it? Like even things that you hold sacred. Fucking, what do you call it? Like, some of that shit has got to be able to be taken away from you in terms of like, oh yeah, this is seriousness at all times, basically, man. It's seriously, because you know what the thing is like, and I really feel this way. If nobody's laughing, somebody's dying. That's essentially what it is, basically, because that means, like, what do you call it? Something's gonna be said where somebody's just gonna draw a line in the sand, basically, and then fucking that's it. Things escalate after that. this is nothing to fucking joke about, fucker. Like, you know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, it just becomes like this huge fucking,
battles
issue.
and fights and all this weird ridiculousness.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
As we not to beat on Chappelle, but during some of the Netflix people were protesting, and then some guy went out there just saying like, "I think Dave is funny," and it turned to violence so fast.
Yeah, because they stripped the sign away or something like that.
Yeah, and started whacking him with it a little bit.
Oh damn, they hit him too.
Yeah, there's the bit where like,
because you know what it is. It's just like it's not like you're trying to make a point and everything like that, but then you're taking your point away by doing that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that's the shittiest part about the whole entire thing, man.
And I also thought even though the guys that were doing it, whatever, I thought it was funny in what they did. It's also one of those like, why wouldn't you just like let this go?
Yeah, just shit on him.
Do you think Dave was like, oh man, let's call those guys up. Let's see what they're up to. They're standing up for me. And like, yeah, bring them to the compound. No, he doesn't give a shit about those guys. He absolutely doesn't care.
Exactly. He probably looking at you like, you idiot. Why'd you do that? Fuck you going out there for?
Good job. Like,
some kind of loser? Go on, man. Go home.
You're big on World Star. Cool. Like, yeah, that's kind of a dream, but at the same time, like, I don't tell people it's a dream, right?
There you go, man. Shit, man.
My World Star name under my post wouldn't be my name. It would be something ridiculous that I thought was cool.
You know what? Like now that I think about what your question is, like I think I kind of want like a Stan Hopi kind of niche, where I fuck with that guy so heavy, man. And like I don't think anybody would think I would, but it's just like that is a funny white motherfucker. I love that fucking guy, dude. This guy is just like, I feel like he's just in my brain. I'm like, get the fuck out of there, you fucking non-graduating high school fuck. Like, how the fuck did you come up with this shit? But he's just like, I feel like I resonate so much. But that guy's got his own fan base that he's completely self-sustaining on. Like, I feel like he's a comic that fucking, what do you call it? Like, even in comedic circles, like, man, okay, he's all right, I guess, or whatever. But fucking, like, that's the type of shit I'd like to have ideally. Like, the idea of, like, having broad base appeal. Kind of like, like your Bill Burrs, your Chappelles, people that, like, fucking, like, that are getting paper. I'd love that. But to be under that much scrutiny, I'd hate it. I'd really, really, really fucking hate it, I think. Yeah.
Stanhope's done a great job of building what he's got under everybody understanding who he is and what he does. So he's kind of able to say whatever he wants, and he's going to be just fine.
Yeah,
because he's built that base, and
you're not taking that away from that guy. That's really what it is. So I think that's pretty much what I'd like to pretty much curate out of this shit, and then just meet some of these fucking motherfuckers. That's it. like that to me is like, all right, that's the pinnacle right there, man.
That's like it's turned into that little bit of like, I'm such a fan of comedy. And this is why I do comedy. So I listen to comics, I do all this other stuff, and then you hear like somebody, Posse got to open for Dan Soder in Seattle.
Oh,
that's
shit.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
I listen to Dan Soder every day of the week on the podcast with on the bonfire. Crackle. So those little things was like, cool, you got to work to get to that point. Just to meet people. Like, that's almost that bit where like it's not enough. It's enough to get you to move forward to the next level. It helps, but there is that bit where like, oh, if I just got to do a show with this guy, that would be cool.
You're happy as shit at that point.
Yeah, they're like, cool, I'll check out and I'll be all right with every once in a while going to an open mic and killing it,
Yeah, you know, shit, fuck. Just to take a microphone and talk into it, man. That shit is still mind blowing to me, man, to this fucking day, dude.
I will say I loved with you saying Stanhope, there is that bit of I see that as you say it. I'm like, oh, listening to like looking back at how you do your bits. It's like, oh man, okay, I get that. I loved Doug Stanhope on The Green Room. It was a Showtime show.
With Paul Provenza.
Paul Provenza,
fucking hack. But go ahead.
Yeah. But Stanhope came on as like a guest. I think Attell was just like, nah, my buddy here, you'll like him, put him on.
Oh, really?
On, yeah.
Oh, shit, that's awesome.
And Janine Garofalo was on that episode, which didn't work. Janine Garofalo's fantastic. I've met her. She's a doll.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Doug Stanhope in the early 2000s, mid 90s range, they were not similar in comedic styles.
Yeah, that's safe to say.
He spent the whole episode just making fun of her and making jokes and everything else to her. People finally said, like, who the fuck brought this guy?
What a dick.
But he was so funny that everybody else was like, well, yeah, go ahead, keep going.
That's what I am. I'm a funny dick.
That's the part of like, oh, I love this guy. That is amazing. Everybody kind of hates him, but they love him and they don't want him to leave. That's fantastic.
Oh, party's over. Yeah.
Not saying that you're like that. I just mean like,
I've been in
got me into staying home.
I've been at enough parties where it's kind of been like that or whatever.
Oh, no.
A little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, basically. Where some people are just like, yeah, he's gone, but I'm going to leave too. Like, I'm happy, but I'm out of here.
I hate to ask a very stereotypical question and stupid Pacific Northwestern question.
Get it out.
What's the grossest thing you ever did on a subway?
The grossest thing I've ever did?
You have ever done on a subway?
I've seen horrific fucking things done on a subway, basically. The grossest? I won't even say grossest. It's the most desperate thing I've ever done on a subway. And I almost died in the fucking process, basically. Fucking the grossest thing I ever did? Yeah, okay, yeah. I was about to say, is there anything grosser than that? Nah, because like I've done wild shit on the subway. I wouldn't say gross. But the grossest thing I ever did, out of pure desperation, fucking... There's no toilets on the subway, son. At all. On any given fucking level, basically, whatever, right? I was out with my man, JR, shout out to JR. Fucking, what do you call it? We were going to like some Halloween party or whatever, right? I was getting fucking ripped on the fucking subway, basically. Swayzy like a motherfucker, right? So fucking I have to piss like bad, real bad or whatever, right? And I think we were with some girls at the time, so I wanted to like be cool, like yeah, I'm all right. Meanwhile, I'm like crossing my legs, like fuck, it was ridiculous, man. Like I felt like a drag queen, like I felt like my dick and my balls were being just like tourniqueted, like fucking behind them. Like I just did not want to piss at all. I didn't want to look uncomfortable. But again, to the point where she's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "I'm all right, man. You know what? I'm gonna go." See if there's another seat on the train, even though I'm sitting down already. Because I think that's like a clever thing to fucking do. So I go like, because like in between train cars, right? What do you call it? There's, there's just like these weird like accordion fucking like metal like pieces that kind of like hold the train together and everything like that, right? Fucking, I just can't hold it no more, man. Like, I fucking lose my shit or whatever, man. Like, I'm literally, like, fucking, because the train is so loud, like, I have to pee so bad. I'm literally, like, screaming like I'm Conan the Barbarian. I just pull my dick out. I'm like, ah! And then, like, in my head, like, I'm kind of screaming, too, because I'm afraid that I might die. Because, like, I've heard all these stories that if, like dogs have, like, electrocuted themselves to death from, like, pissing on the third rail of, like a train. So I'm like, this is how I'm gonna die. And then for what? For what? What was it all for? Like, you know what I mean? I could have easily pissed in between the thing. I'm like, that's rude. I'd rather risk my life. Just do that shit. I mean, it's not disgusting, but it's the grossest thing I've ever done on a train.
Being somebody who's never been to New York and all I got is movie references of New York and, family photos, you know what you never see is a gas station in like the downtown. Where do people get gas for those cars?
Yo, son, if you're in the city and you need gas, just you can push in your car. Fuck it. There's no other fucking solutions, and I'm serious, son. Like, I remember that happened to me. Like, one of the very few times I've ever drove into the city, son, it's impossible, man. Dude. Like, I mean, they're there, but it's just like it's fucking rare. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking, it's like finding a ruby. You're like, whoa, holy shit. And then, I mean, dude, I was desperate. I practically had to drive, like, what do you call it? I didn't even feel comfortable. Like, I was getting so low on gas. I'm like, I'm just gonna drive across the Brooklyn Bridge and then fucking get this shit hooked up, man. Where I know I could get something. You know what I mean? It's scary like that, man. It really is, man.
I know Seinfeld was supposed to be like the real life thing, but he never got gas in town. They were always somewhere else ghost when he got gas. So
That's true.
I always wondered, like, wait a minute, where?
That's a good fucking point. Holy shit. I never even thought about that shit, man.
Dude, the Ghostbusters were in New York. They never drove by a gas station outside their firehouse. How did Ecto 1 keep running all the time?
Son, there's probably a gas line that I'm not even aware of, son. That's why half the traffic is as bad as it is, man. It's fucking bananas. So don't get me wrong, they're out there, but you're just like, there's space so far between each other. Like, if you anywhere, like in Midtown, get over it. It's not gonna fucking happen, man. You're not gonna see that shit. You gotta go to somewhere like semi-residential where they're like, you know, fucking like selling like dealership cars or whatever the fuck it is, man.
I feel like you have to really prepare your day for anything.
It's ridiculous, fam.
Hit the
really
subway, you gotta get gas, you gotta make sure you have this stuff.
Oh, dude, it's fucking bananas. It's unacceptable. That's what it really is at the end of the day, man.
I feel like I'm such a country bumpkin that there's like certain bits, like I'm not really a country bumpkin compared to real country bumpkins, but compared to city people, I'm a country bumpkin.
A little bit.
And, right. So there are just certain things I don't comprehend.
Oh, hell yeah. Nah. These are good questions, though, man, because, like, you actually had me scratching my head. I'm like, holy shit, you're right. Like, for 5 seconds, I'm like, that didn't even occur to me. Because anytime you go into the city, it's just smarter and it's way more cost effective to either, like, you know, risk your life and go on the subway, right? Which fucking, what do you call it? Depending on the time of night, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? But fucking, it's either that or, you know, just figuring out, you know, which, you know, Lyft service you're going to use or Uber.
Right, the Uber.
You know what I mean? Yeah, fucking just see what taxi cab driver fucking just completely abandon his fucking medallion to fucking do this shit. That's essentially that, man. It was crazy. My grandfather used to be a cab driver, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, fucking like a yellow cab driver, man. You know those medallions were going for like $1 million?
Jeez.
$1 million. And then who could have ever foresaw like this Uber Lyft shit?
Right.
Son, that shit dropped from like $1 million. I think it's to like $250,000 now, man. That's 75% loss. Absolutely, man. I was trying to tell them, like, yo, sell that shit and go to Borneo and just bang hookers. Like, what's wrong with you, man? It's over. Son. There's no reason for you to be freezing your ass off in this state. He's from Ecuador. He doesn't belong here anymore, son. All I want him to do is enjoy the rest of his fucking life. This shit is killing me, son.
He had the chance.
Yeah, he's like, what about the house? And you guys like, fuck me. What the fuck I ever do for you besides eat your food? Where am I? Like, come on, son, get out of here, man. So, hopefully, I don't know. We're trying to get him somewhere fucking warmer and nicer, man.
I feel like, too, the cab stuff's coming back. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Uber and Lyft were great when they came in because people were like, it's an everyday person who's gonna give me a ride, not a guy who does this for a living. It's gonna be
who's been vetted,
right? Yeah,
you know what I
who's
mean?
gone through a system and filled out paperwork and all of
Background
that.
check.
Who puts their license on the back seat so you can see it as you're riding along? No, we're gonna get your neighbor.
Exactly that.
And we're learning.
Like a creepy Phil to drive you to the fucking bar.
Yeah, we're learning everybody's neighbor's real creepy who wants to get on the Uber. And no, I now, look, at least I know with a cab, maybe I'm not going to get customer service. I'm not going to luckily get into the one that has water bottles and smells of potpourri, and this guy's going to have great conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it happens on an Uber. It does every once in a while. They're not all creeps. But
it's a dice roll, baby.
Right. It's a roll. The dice. The ceiling's so high, but the floor is so low.
That's true.
Where with a cab, the floor and ceiling are at the same spot. Shut up, get in there, do what you got to do on your phone for the ride, and pay with cash. That's all you got to figure out.
We're done.
Boom.
Exactly. Oh, shit. All right, so we back.
All right. We got some news. We like to hit news so I can put in the different tags of different things. So if people Google news, we might actually show up, not just podcasts, right?
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
right.
I'm stealing this idea immediately. Okay, go ahead.
And we found one that's very, the timing was great with you coming into the studio here. This is how a cream cheese shortage is impacting New York bagel shops.
Jews are protesting in mass. Exactly that, man.
There are issues right now. The bagel shops in New York are not able to get their cream cheese. And people are having a lot of issues.
Who's having the issues? The bakery runners?
Yeah. So
okay.
that's all. The majority of the people they talked to for this article were the people that ran different bagel shops.
Okay.
Talking about, one, First of all, I didn't know this part, but it's not just Philadelphia cream cheese that they're looking for. It's like a base of cream cheese that they get to add their spin to it.
Oh,
It's not smooth it out already like it
Shit, I
is
should
in
have
the
read
store.
this better. Oh,
Right.
fuck. Okay.
It's like a more like basic bit that they can smooth out themselves and add the ingredients
gotcha,
they want.
and then put their
So they can't just go to the
on.
store and buy all of their cream cheese out. It's
Right, it's specialty.
a specialty.
So
Holy
much so
fuck,
that some
okay.
guys are having to drive to Jersey to pick up. One guy gets 2,000 pounds of cream cheese from Jersey and then drives back. Those are the sacrifices he has to make to make sure that people got their cream cheese. And then it makes me
He
wonder.
has to cross the Brooklyn Bridge.
That son
He
of a
said.
bitch. He's got to go into the Verrazano. That's where he has to go. There
Have
you
they
go,
not
man.
tried peanut butter on a bagel? I love peanut butter on a bagel.
Yo, this is yo, shut up. Okay, hold on. This is exactly why you brought me on here. What are you talking about is retarded. First of all, you know exactly what you did by bringing this bullshit. Why can't you put butter on the bagel? Because you're not a fucking moron. That's why. Cream cheese. Are you serious, though? Anyone who puts butter on their bagel, I want to see you in the parking lot. Any parking lot. Doesn't even matter. This makes me so goddamn mad. Look, you know the different kinds of cream cheese there are? Look, you got fucking chives on that bitch.
Yep.
Come on, son.
Yeah.
Can't do that with butter. What the fuck you
They
doing,
got
son?
savory, they got sweet.
Exactly, man. They got peanut butter and the cream cheese mixed together. The only way peanut butter is acceptable on a fucking bagel. You know what I'm saying? This shit is ridiculous.
Some owners were also really upset that they had to take specific flavors of their cream cheese off. That's not like as big sellers.
Oh,
And they were
okay.
like,
All right.
I'm really upset about having to take these off the menu because people do like them. They just don't sell as well.
Because, okay,
And,
all right.
and we don't have enough to do those.
Exactly that. We gotta get back to basics, folks. That's exactly what it is, man. Shit. Go ahead.
No, so I'll say, I love a good bagel. I got one of the bagel slicers.
Gotcha.
I love a good little bit of butter, peanut butter on a cinnamon raisin bagel.
I
That's
got
amazing.
you. Uh-huh.
But here's my issue with this article, Rachel. If you scroll down just a little bit,
New York bagel.
there is It's got paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. It's a long story. Story continues. You can click. It goes longer.
It's a
But
really long one.
if we scroll up near the top, there's a sentence that says,
Yeah, did you
"This
see it?
shortage is in
Oh, yeah.
comparison to the shortage of people in Alaska having a hard time finding winter coats."
Oh, fuck off. It's not even fucking. You know what? You know who probably might have said that? Some Jewish guy. I can't get a bagel. I might as well not have a coat in Alaska. This is fucking ridiculous. How am I supposed to start my morning? I'm starving to death here. But you can't have a bacon, egg, and cheese? Oh, yeah. I forgot you can't. Exactly.
This is the longest article that we've read in episodes about the shortage of bagels. There's only one sentence. Do you think maybe they later would come back to the just like in the Alaska coat shortage? No, they don't. No, they don't. They go to another shop owner who's struggling to get his goddamn cream cheese. Just don't put the bit about the Alaskans with the coats in the article. That would have been just fine.
After Alaska, there's this woman that says, I've never been out of cream cheese for 30 years. There's no end in sight.
Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking for real? Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here with this bullshit,
Yeah.
man. Don't get me wrong. Like, I got really adamant in the beginning, but I'm immediately backpedaling like a motherfucker. I'm like, all right, fucking relax. All right? Jesus Christ. You can't have nothing else for breakfast, you fucking loser. Jesus Christ. I know it's easy, but fuck that. You're going to compare that shit to freezing to death in Alaska? Are you fucking serious? Holy shit, man.
I will say, to give it go full circle and to give him the utmost regard, it does end with the person saying, look, I know this is a bit ridiculous, all right? We get it.
They actually wound up saying that?
But also, we really want our cream cheese.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Listen, it sounds kind of silly talking about this like it's some kind of huge crisis. But he noted a bagel with cream cheese is a New York institution and a big deal to many of his customers.
Suck a dick, Puglisi. Is that your name? Fuck you forever. Go ahead. Write an article about me, you piece of shit. You're a moron. Get the fuck out of here.
Just,
Dude,
Sunday bagels are sacred. And
Don't get
he
me
hates
wrong.
feeling like he's let people down.
Can't let it
That's
down.
the last quote.
Replace this shit with like cheese and Philly cheese. And we're out of cheese whiz, guys. What the fuck are we gonna do? Kill yourself. How about that? That's a fair solution to me. I
I'm
think.
pretty sure garbage isn't getting picked up in New York. But goddamn it, I hate to disappoint my cream cheese customers.
I'm so glad you sent this next one though. Yeah.
This next one to me is the future of college football and the future of college athletics. Deion Sanders invites Brittany Renner to speak with Jackson State Tigers about dangers of flirty Deion. Genius is what this man is. And Deion, now,
You know
I've
what?
been following since he got to Jackson State. I've been watching a little bit of some of the stuff he's been doing. He's done a great job of establishing himself. No reporters are going to call him Deion or Neon or any of that. It is Coach Sanders. He makes a big point. I am the coach at this point, which I think his team needs to see that. And he knows they need to see that because he's been there. So much so that he brings in I don't know if I'm allowed to say this term. Rachel will look at me awkward if I do an Insta-ho.
Is she really? I don't know anything about her, really.
That's what I think it is. She posts a lot
She's
of photos.
an Instagram model.
Instagram
I think
model.
is the correct term.
She recently hooked up with.
I make women feel bad about their bodies. Make me feel good. Go ahead.
What he did was he brought just the sort. Instead of these kids having to go out and find water, he brought the well to them and said, "Hey, here's what these ladies are going to throw at you. And she's going to tell you when they're fake, when they're not fake, who to believe, who to really believe." And that's because he knows. And that's one of those benefits if you're getting a guy who's been in the league, who's been through some of this stuff, especially when you have a legend
Deion.
like Deion Sanders.
Neon, baby.
Able to come in and say, "Hey, this is legit. Shut up and pay attention." This may be the best class some of these kids take. No, I know that sounds terrible, but at the same time,
no.
Miss Renner here also has recently hooked up with Charlotte Hornets power forward Bridges. I can't remember his name, or
They
PJ
had a
Washington.
baby.
PJ Washington had a kid, and so now part of her thing is she is collecting child support from her or from him, and that's been
Because
in
of
the
goofy
news.
shit.
Well,
And
that wasn't confirmed.
and that was
okay.
It's a rumor.
It's
She's
a
getting that
rumor.
much.
she's getting paid.
It was not confirmed
because of the kid, but it was
But-
the fact of-
Allegedly. Save yourself a lawsuit.
Not saying that she's going out for it, but these are two famous people who got hyped up in being famous and being a part of this thing and got together. No shame either way that you want to say it. It's just this is what happens when you hit a certain level that nobody says no to you, or you start getting handed things. You think you can take things that maybe you can't take, or you think other things are out there that are maybe more real than what they thought. Not to say that her and PJ Washington didn't think what they had was real. Maybe they did, but they were two celebrities who got caught up in it.
Okay.
And now she's
Can I
going to
show
teach
my
these young
favorite
kids.
part?
Do it.
Please do
it. I want to see.
Look at his reaction to her.
Yeah. So he tweeted out a picture of a little clown face emoji.
She's a bozo.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's mad.
Of course he's mad.
Of course he is. Right, he should be. Because what happened was Deion Sanders brought her in and said, "Hey, team, don't become another PJ Washington. And we're going to show you how not to be like him." I get it. But at the same
I
time,
love Deion.
you telling me PJ Washington ain't wishing he had a coach like that who would have taught him not to have this happen to him? He's losing $250,000 in child support. Allegedly.
Look what this lady's doing to this guy right now. You see? He's like that. You're right. I'm gonna do some shit.
That's a part of it, though. We think that we teaching these kids American history or teaching them mathematics is going to help them in their lives down the line, and then they have some other, some kid fill out their test forms for them so they get to move on and graduate and become these professional athletes. He's teaching them some shit that they're actually going to use. I think one of the things, though, that holds us together is our love for interesting stories like this next one. Did you see that segue? That was so smooth, wasn't it?
Oh,
You didn't see it coming.
smooth. I'm like, what segue?
Here it is. Bomb Squad Bomb squad called to ER after a patient turned up with a World War II artillery shell lodged in his rectum, police say. So before we crack any jokes, I will say everybody is fine and survived, at least physically. Mentally, some people may be a bit harmed by this story, but...
You're probably right.
This man slipped and fell onto
Can
an
they
artillery
see how
shell.
big that artillery
Right.
shell is in this shit?
I will put it up there, yes.
This is fucking outrageous, bro.
It's side by side to a military helmet, and it towers over the helmet.
By at least 6 inches, fam. Oh
And
my
this
God.
man, I give respect to this man. He did not waver, slipped and fell. No, sir, I'm serious. What really happened?
He
I
slipped
slipped and fell. Sir, this would be a lot easier if you just tell us what really happened. Yeah, I did. I slipped and fell.
Bomb squad had to
is
come
dying.
to the hospital.
I remember reading that. Yeah, apparently the bomb squad had to be calling like, is this thing live? Exactly.
Luckily for us, it was not live.
Oh my
And
God, dude.
they let him know that it wasn't that big of a situation, but it
Okay.
is a big situation. It's like, that's a huge shell shoved up his butt.
I got one question though. With this whole entire thing, did this guy such a World War II fanatic that he stuck it up his ass, or is this guy just so desperate to get something humongous up his ass?
He doesn't feel comfortable in his skin to go to a store and get something safe to put up his butt. That's what I think.
You
Look
think
at that.
so?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
He thought he would get looked at funny by
he's
buying
obsessed
the
with this
largest
one
cucumber.
thing. He has all this memorabilia,
Okay, all right.
and
well,
he's
this is
just
the backstory.
staring at this thing every day, like, maybe I can make it work. And
All
he
you gotta
doesn't
do-
feel good about it. He feels shameful about it. This is why I'm saying don't shame people, because
Sure.
this shit happens.
What you mean? That guy was gonna do that no
If
matter
he didn't
what,
feel
man.
shame,
If he didn't feel shame,
he would have went to a store, got something that was safe, that had some sort of. You gotta have something that like.
he would have got a rubber fist. Is that what he would have done? And got that stuck in his ass instead?
No, we can stop because you have something that
Wait, shamed or
you
not,
have to have
how
like
do
a
you not
guard
tie
at
a
the
string?
bottom.
How do you not tie a string to it? I'm just saying. do
No
we not-
planning.
Oh,
we
you're
not-
talking like a tampon.
Do we not learn from Richard Gere?
Just make
Right?
it a tampon.
I'm just saying, as a kid, I was scared. Heard that Richard Gere would take gerbils and shove them up his butt.
Oh my
And
God.
then if
Oh,
it was
yeah.
bad news if you didn't remember to tie a string to one of the legs so you could pull it back out.
Why would you
So-
want that shit in there, bro?
Why would you not tie a string to this artillery shell before you shoved it up there?
Oh my God.
And I do have to wonder. So he legit said his excuse was, I slipped and fell.
Get the fuck out
How
of here.
hard do you pressure this man who said he slipped and fell?
Insanely.
Right? To me, like, if you slipped and fell, I need to see the pants with the hole in them. Then I will believe you slipped and fell.
So you telling me you changed your pants before you came in here today, sir?
you
Is that
just
what the
happened to
fuck
be
you did?
walking through your World War II memorabilia room, buck naked, and you slipped and fell and landed on the one pointy object that's in here? Swastikas aren't pointy. So, yeah.
Freak accident.
And also, does the point look a little like more shiny? Like maybe there was a little loop on there?
There's no way. Oh my God.
Can I
Go
play
ahead, go ahead.
devil's advocate real quick? Let's say this man really slipped and fell. do you know
In Bizarro Land.
Dude,
Yeah,
do you
sure.
know how hard it would be to go to the hospital?
You gotta
Innocent,
believe me.
right? It's easier to go guilty of shoving it all up your butt than it is to go in innocently slipping and falling. Because
But like you
nobody's
said,
going to believe you.
You have to show up with the ripped pants just
Yeah.
to prove.
You do. You
like,
do.
Look.
I didn't even
It
change.
was absolutely an accident. That's the only way you go.
You have to.
Oh my fucking God. That's
Like,
true.
nobody's going to
Slipped and
believe you either way.
fell.
This asshole just ripped his
Slipped
pants,
and
ruined a good pair of
fell.
pants just to make sure nobody thinks he
Listen,
slipped
that's not
and
even
fell.
a feasible excuse, basically, man. You could have been like, I owe this guy money, and he just shoved an artillery shell up my ass and hoped I died. like, yo, I at least believe that.
If
You
it
know
were
what
my
I mean?
friend-
But I fell. Yeah, sure. What's
If it
all
were-
this lubricant doing on it then, sir?
Just you wait. We are. I don't know if you're familiar with TikTok.
Yeah,
Well,
I have one, and I've literally done nothing with it because I feel like an old man every time I look at it.
Oh yeah, well we feel like old people as we spend our afternoons watching TikTok. We love TikTok.
Shit, okay, all right.
The great thing with TikTok is it kind of remembers the things you like, and it helps curate its feed to give you more of the
What
things
you need.
like.
The algorithm is.
Good.
Yeah.
So you love your Chinese corporate overlords.
So we get oh
We
boy.
get weird shit.
Oh my dear God, what we watching?
All right, this is our first one.
What wrong? Why you burning? What burning? Roof burning. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Roof burning. What the fuck?
What country is this happening in? What's this guy's name? B-Man? Oh my God.
It is
man.
B. Marion Kari.
Okay, gotcha, man.
I don't think that's right.
That's a Southeast Asian, guaranteed. Roof burning. What the fuck? He's very calm about that. I'm like, well, your toaster oven's broken. I'd kind of be a little upset.
That would be a bigger issue for me. Like, my microwave's on fire. Jesus Christ. Like, Nah, oh, look at that. Roof burning. Okay. Carry on.
No big deal. Roof burning. Oh, shit.
All right. This is, I get a lot of pet ones.
Okay.
Some of them are fun. Some of them are just different.
Gotcha.
Friday and a bird falls from a tree. No, this is how you teach a bird how to fly 101. Now, first you want to take it. You don't want to scare its gentle little feathers. Beautiful little creature. You want to gently just toss it so it gets a feeling of what aerodynamics are. And now make it the head. I have to have more motion. More.
See, what happened was they were doing it outside of a bodega, and they didn't think that the bodega cat was going to be paying attention to what they were doing. It absolutely
What the
did.
fuck were you doing this shit in Brooklyn for, bitch? What's wrong with you, man? Oh my God, trying to save fucking pigeons.
Right. There's something about people that save birds that, like, maybe you don't need to save. And not anything against a pigeon, but at the same time, there's tons of pigeons. You're not going to ruin the population of a pigeon. That when you do spend all that time and effort to have a cat, in just a half a second, take it all away.
Just gotta toss it. You play catch. Shouldn't have dropped it. That's what that lady in the shitty cowboy hat's for.
Catch a bird. Goddamn.
These are fun. Okay, you go.
He got a ski mask and doesn't know how to act.
It's the first thing he does. He sounds
I'll
like
take that one.
some white guy from Chicago. Give me a goldie.
I felt like, I honestly felt like that would be Josh. That's what
struggle.
made me like that one.
The worst is, too, you could be handing me the ski mask saying, hey, man, we're about to pull the most important job in your life. You need this to cover up your identity. This is how you save your family. And the first thing I'm going to do is put on, Gucci. Really sorry, I had to get that out. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the bank.
There
I got
you
that.
go. I didn't want to do that in the first 4 minutes. I had to get my sillies out. Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Probability versus correlation. So let's go ahead and get started. Uh-oh, can I get a vibe check?
Yeah.
Guys?
I literally took out student loans for this.
Oh, did your man sign off? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Watch
no,
the
I
screen.
know, we'll get right to it.
Let's get to these memes. All these, man.
What a loser.
One of the joys the pandemic brought us. That guy thought that he was really going to be nailing it with this class.
Oh, my God, son. With a college class? Like, oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
With these poor college students that have had to spend this year with their parents in quarantine.
God. Yeah, and then you got to deal
Instead
with
of
this.
going to college.
This
And
is
then they
their
get
break.
this.
T.A. Ned. Fucking asshole.
This one's me.
This is your TikTok.
Well, hot damn, that motherfucker got a 4x4x4x4.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I like that. There you go, man. I didn't think I'd laugh at an accent like that, but I'm like, that's perfect. I hit that shit perfectamente.
I had a hard time. I had a hard time with that one. I just laughed for.
Oh, hold on. Before we even start this shit, really? This bitch really don't know how to jump? Are we really doing this? Jesus Christ.
This is so many levels to this one.
Well, clearly, she wearing flip-flops. Like, you prepare for success, lady. Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Do it again with both feet off the air, bitch. Do it. That's the point. You're gonna come back down. That's what jumping is. Go jump.
That was just one foot.
Oh, shit.
Really hard. Do it.
Oh, no.
Going over just like one hop, 1 foot hop. Oh no!
That was the problem. There you go.
The shoes.
Jesus Christ. Is she doing a jig? What the fuck is going on?
Do it again.
Oh my dear God.
One more time. Both feet.
Wepa.
You can't.
Yo, how did you live your whole life as a child with no jumps?
Dude,
This shit is crazy.
to me, the best thing about that is, so I'm gonna say, I'd say what, she's mid-30s. All right, maybe
Yeah,
32.
sure, okay.
So at 32, it's that moment in her life, she realized she couldn't jump. She didn't know. Dog, here's the thing.
How have you never tried?
Running, walking, jumping, skipping. Those are all things as a kid we could do. And as you get older, sure, you don't do them, but you just know that you can do them.
Fair enough.
But she learned at that Thanksgiving
She
that she can't jump.
So she's been falling in a pool her whole entire.
Trust fall.
I think there was a time 10 years ago she could jump.
You know what?
And she
Maybe.
just
I'm not gonna
lived-
lie. Her knees look like they're caving in as she's bending down.
did.
Like
She was really bracing for a lot, and they were wiggling.
how about both your knees bending in the same direction? It's scary, man.
I think that's a part of her reaction, and her whole situation is a part of why I lost weight. Because I didn't want to be that fat dad that like played catch with their kid, and when the kid threw a one on the ground and you go to pick it up and then you just fall over because you can't bend over. And there are dads like that. I see those in the park. I see those guys in the park where they're like, nah, kid, you overthrew it, so you go pick it up. It's because you can't bend over and pick it up, you fat motherfucker. And I'm not going to be that dad. That's not me. And so I want to be able to jump.
Good.
Oh, man. TC, thank you so much for joining us, man. This
Absolutely.
has been awesome.
Thank you
I feel
so
like I've been
much.
here for a hot minute. This was fun. I kind of don't want to leave.
Right? We don't have to leave yet. We just got
Fine.
to, we'll do the sign-off part. And then
Absolutely, man. I had a great fucking time, man. For real, man.
We appreciate it, man.
No
Thank
doubt,
you.
no doubt.
We want to thank everybody joining us here at Beans. My name is Josh. That's Rachel. This has been Dying on the Inside. We'll catch you next time whenever we feel like putting another one out.
All day, baby. All right, that's it.
Here at Beans.
Thank you for watching Dying on the Inside. Make sure to check out TC on Instagram at TC_Benitez or in person December 15th at the Eastside Bar and Grill. He'll be on the Red Light Special Show. And on December 18th, Saturday, he'll be on the Feliz Navidad Show at La Cime Brewery.
And don't forget to check out his podcast, You Ain't Shit, on YouTube. We appreciate you watching. Share it with your friends. We'll catch y'all next time.